Why I was in a month, walking around acting right now. I ain't tryna tell you what to do, we're tryna play it cool. Baby, I am playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. Why I was in a month, walking around acting right now. I ain't tryna tell you what to do, we're tryna play it cool. Baby, I am playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. I could never get attached. When I start to feel unattached, somehow I was in a feeling bad. Baby, I am not your dad. It's not all you want from me, I just want your company. Girls obvious, elephant in the room. We about our feet, don't act so confused. You're starting it, now I'm in a month. Now we arguing in my bedroom. We play games of love to avoid the depression. We've been here before and I won't be your bed. While I was in a month, walking around acting right now. I ain't tryna tell you what to do, we're tryna play it cool. Baby, I am playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. I was in a month, walking around acting right now. I ain't tryna tell you what to do, we're tryna play it cool. Baby, I am playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. So when you try and figure love on the regular, when you could be blowing up just like my cellular, I will never let a shawty come and set me up. Only thing I need to know is you be wet enough. I'm talking slick back, kick back, gun sipping 40s. You can play not another day with a shawty. A mismatch fits that was way before you know me. Got a lot of love, well you better save it for me. We play games of love to avoid the depression. We've been here before and I won't be your bed. While I was in a month, walking around acting right now. I ain't tryna tell you what to do, we're tryna play it cool. Baby, I am playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. I was in a month, walking around acting right now. I ain't tryna tell you what to do, we're tryna play it cool. Baby, I am playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view.
I'm tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me. Put under the pressure of walking in your shoes. The undertow, just caught in the undertow. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. I've become so numb, can't feel you're there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming late. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. I can feel you're there, so much more aware. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. Can't you see that you're smothering me, holding too tightly, afraid to lose control, 'cause everything that you thought I would be has fallen apart right in front of you. Just caught in the undertow. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. And every second I waste is more than I can take. I've become so numb, can't feel you're there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming late.
And we are live, everybody. Welcome back to Chart Striker. This is your host, Dana. Hope all of you have had a good day so far, a nice one. Bitcoin has just been hanging on, not much has happened, but this stream is gonna be a quick update because I have an early morning tomorrow. So I'm just gonna go through, Bitcoin, BNB, XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, of course. And we'll see if we can maybe, take a request or two, all right? Howley, welcome to the show. Ralph, glad you made it today. Like, we missed you yesterday, so I'm glad you made it today. All right, before I go ahead and start, there is a special shout out that, I should give to the first Patreon, okay, of the Striker community. So I think it's the name is MHDY. I think I should pronounce it Mehdi if I'm not mistaken. welcome to the Patreon community. Like, welcome to, like, you're the first one, so it's definitely you've put a mark. Like, not gonna forget you. So welcome to the show, and everybody else tuning in. Yeah, let's just go ahead and dig in, right? Okay, so on the daily Bitcoin, you see this resistance that we have around this level. Still haven't broken above it. Still no daily candle close above it, okay? Yesterday I did mark it with a little red trend line, remember? Right here. It was having difficulties, getting above it. It kind of retested it, kind of almost tapped it again, but then it failed. Now, there is, things going on here, which is not looking that positive at the moment, okay? We have some negative divergence, do not forget that. We have some clear negative divergence developing, number one. On top of that, this, positive momentum on the histogram is kind of getting weaker and weaker. And on top of that, you see this MACD, look at the MACD, trying, to roll over, get below this signal line, which we do not want to see, because if this crosses bearish, guys, if we get a MACD bearish crossover with the negative divergence, okay, it's not the best thing, okay? On top of that, this is looking a bit like a dark cloud cover at the moment. Now, looking at the 4-hourly, there is a little bit of hope, just a little bit, but the daily at the moment, it's not looking that juicy, okay? It's not looking that juicy. So if we can at least hold, above this heart line, it would be good, very good. Like, we could just, continue consolidating before it, tries to push back to the top of the channel. But if we get, below it, any daily candle close below this one, or just, soon-ish, any 4-hourly candle close even below $30,600, yes, like most likely that we go back to the lows of $30,000 again, okay? Because, yeah, if that happens, not good. If we manage to hold above this trend line, fine. Maybe this MACD bearish thing is not gonna happen, okay? Maybe we get back strength in this histogram as well, okay? Instead of, just light green histogram bars, then we probably can get, some nice green ones. But these are just lagging indicators. I'm telling you, this, like I said yesterday, I do not want to see, a close above certain levels, but no follow through, okay? So we did close above 30,800. That's still good. We're not gonna take that away from the bulls, okay? But we need to hold above it. We need to hold above this level, 30,800, 30,600. We need to hold above it. If it fails to hold, yeah, like these negative, indications that we are seeing on the chart could play out. Like, there is a chance that they could play out, okay? And if we see any 4-hourly candle close, I repeat, any 4-hourly candle close above 30,000, like, the more things develop as time passes by, the resistance areas and some certain, areas do change, okay? So before yesterday, it was around 31,200, right? For a few days before that as well. Yesterday, it started, the critical level was around 31,300. This time, it's around $31,400. So if you can see a 4-hourly candle close above $31,400, yes, next resistance is this level. But we're still consolidating. I want to just remind you, we are still consolidating. Like, we have to be a bit cautious, but it's not, that dangerous at the moment, because it's just going sideways. If I would have seen this in another circumstance, it would have been different, okay? And by this, I'm talking about the dark cloud cover. But at the moment, let's just keep an eye and see what happens. Let's keep an eye and see what happens, okay? On the 4 hourly, because before I go ahead to the 4 hourly, it's gonna be bad for the daily if we see a close below $30,000, okay? But as long as we're going sideways, consolidating at, you know, the highs, it is not the worst thing, okay? Now let's have a look at the 4 hourly. So on the 4 hourly time frame, guys, we have negative divergence, negative momentum on the oscillators. Okay, this negative divergence already kind of, you know, played out, because look, I can just do this from this level right here. You guys see it's like downsloping, right? but from this level to this level, it's pretty much straight, okay? This tells us that, you know, that negative divergence kind of already played out on the 4 hourly, okay? Let me just remove the trend lines so it's not, you know, clogged with a lot of drawings and stuff. So we got negative momentum on the oscillators. MACD is bearish. RSI is still above 50, which is good. That's not a bad thing. And on top of that, after this negative divergence, you know, kind of played out, we do have some positive divergence that is trying to develop, okay? Look at this. Compare it with this action right here. So it's trying to develop in, like, for sure it's trying to develop. But I can't see, looking at this at the same time, looking at the Eastern skies, I do not see that the bears are exhausted. Looking at the 4 hourly, okay, we are at support. Yes, we are at you know, let's call it first support on the 4 hourly, okay, right around these levels. But looking at this action right here, I do not see that the bears are exhausted yet, okay? Let's zoom in the hourly, excuse me. It's been a long day, guys, a long day. Plus I've been having like awesome discussions, you know, with the community, with Howley especially. So yeah, my brain is like filled with, you know, information. And you know, when you brainstorm, it's just giving, you know, it's very giving. So I'm a bit tired and I'm still not fully recovered, so bear with me, okay? On the hourly, we have some nice development. There is some nice divergence, you know, on both oscillators. Okay, we got negative momentum, MACD is bearish, but I see some nice things here. Problem is, it's not that interesting unless we see a close above this level, okay? And this on the hourly. So any hourly candle close above this area, good. That means it's probably gonna take us next to this level, somewhere around these areas, okay? So first resistance on the hourly for Bitcoin right here. Let me just mark it for you. Second is all the way up here. R2, 1 hourly time frame as well. And let's change it to blue and we are good to go, okay? Because after this, if we can see any 4 hourly candle close, any hourly candle close above this level, $31,100, then yeah, we are probably gonna retest, you know, test the recent highs again. But until we see a break above this level and then a break above this level, yeah, I'm not gonna be expecting this one immediately, okay? So first we need an hourly candle close above this, second above this one, and then there's a nice like potential that we can come all the way up here, okay? All right, let's move on to Cardano as well. That was Bitcoin. Not gonna get into the weekly, monthly, and so on. We'll take that tomorrow on tomorrow's stream. Let's do Cardano and then we'll do Ethereum also. Ethereum. Okay. So Cardano is still hanging on, you know, at these levels. There's that negative divergence that I do not like at all when it comes to Cardano. I do not like it because for it to become invalid, guys, we need to break above these levels, like 0.382. We can't even break above 0.3 at the moment. So, meaning this trend, okay, this trend that it is in is still a downtrend. It's more of a correction to the upside that we are seeing, but unless I see a close at least above 0.33, it's like whatever. It's pretty much whatever, okay? We are just, going sideways at the moment, within this range, this trader's heaven, as I told you last time. But yeah, not much is going on. Looking a bit closer, we are at resistance on the daily as well. Also negative divergence between this level to this level. We also have, another negative divergence. So it's not the strongest trend, or the strongest correction to the upside, if I may say so. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting if we can see a close above 0.33. Excuse me, guys, hold on. Just gotta have a sip of water, hydrate. But most likely thing to happen, let's zoom in, is probably a push to these levels. We kind of tapped support already on the 4-hourly time frame, right around this area. And if this fails to hold as support on the 4-hourly time frame, then next one, friends, next support that I'll be looking at will be around, let's see now. Unfortunately, guys, it's all the way down here. I don't see anything else before that on the 4-hourly time frame. Like, there is no support. If this one doesn't hold, yeah, then see around these levels, somewhere around these areas, okay? So, first 4-hourly support right here. S1, 4-hourly time frame. And then we have S2, 4-hourly time frame as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, like if I was to play this, like I told you yesterday, this is a trader 7. When you see that, it's just going sideways and, it's respecting some sort of a channel. Because if I would draw a parallel channel here, we probably have the hard line somewhere around these levels, the top of the channel somewhere around these areas, and the bottom of the channel around these, areas, okay? Which means every time it goes up, one can play it this way, one can play it this way. This is not financial advice, just saying how I would play it, okay? If I see that it's just ranging sideways. So here we already, established that it was probably gonna go up. So by around these levels, let me just remove this because so you guys can see everything clearly. Just gonna hide it in case we need it some other day. So buy around these levels, sell around these areas, buy again here, sell again around these levels, okay? You get the point, right? Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. Continue with this. Yeah, there are no signs of any positive divergence at the moment. You see, there is some pressure to the downside. There is some pressure to the downside looking at things, but we are at support, so we'll see what happens. We are at support. If it manages to hold around these levels, something like Solana did, that it never went to that S2, it just held around S1, okay? Then yeah, we could retest, these levels again, somewhere around, 0.3, but it's such a little difference, but it doesn't matter what I think. I have to give you the, my unbiased TA, right? But it's not a big difference, but nevertheless, where we could test, what levels we could test again if this support holds, okay? There is no positive divergence. Like I said, MACD is bearish. Our size is above 50, above neutral at the moment, which is good. On the hourly, look, hammer at support. But it looks like the bears are still kind of in control, pretty much. Okay, looking at the hourly as well, there is some type of positive divergence. It's not the type A, but type B, but there is some type of positive divergence developing on Cardano at the moment. But first resistance on the hourly is around 0.297. Okay, now we can move on to Ethereum as well. Okay, let's have a look. Ethereum, ETH. Yeah, this, okay, on the daily we almost tapped R2 hourly, but let's see what else we can take out. Okay, we have some negative divergence that already developed. Well, it is developing on Ethereum. It's only gonna become invalid if we can see a close at least above $2,000. Okay, so until that happens, that negative divergence that is developing is real. Okay, so we gotta be a bit cautious. And on top of that, something I do not like to see, but looks like we are back below this critical level, which is around, $1,937, just rounding it off. Or no, I'm correct. Okay, 1,937.18. It's look, the bears are like they keep on checkmating the bulls pretty much. They keep on doing it over and over again. Looking at the daily, there is a potential that we can come all the way back to at least 1,893-ish, 1,900-ish. Very possible. Now let's have a look at the 4 hourly as well. 4 hourly. Okay, we are at resistance, old resistance, which is trying to act as some type of support. We got some type of doji here. Okay, we could see a push to the upside. We could, very possible, because there is some positive divergence. Looks like the bears are starting to lose steam a little bit. Not bad. But we have a little issue. Unless price action for Ethereum gets above this area right here, it's not out of the woods completely yet. Okay, so on the 4 hourly we need to at least see a close above 1,965, which could help it push the price to this level, at least the bottom of this channel, at least. Okay, if not 1,976 or so. Okay, and oscillators before I move on. Yeah, like I said, there is some sort of positive divergence. You see this little red bar right here on the histogram, like that counts. Okay, we do have 2 separate islands and it's in between, so it counts. It definitely counts. MACD is bearish. On the hourly, let's see now. This looks a bit interesting. Okay, the bulls are trying, guys, but I'll put it this way. As long as we are below this level right here, the bulls are gonna feel some pressure from the bears. Okay, so above 1,943, good. The bulls can have a bit more fuel in them. But then on the hourly, our first resistance is around 1,951. That's the first resistance on the hourly. Okay, this was for the 4 hourly, do not forget, right? Let me mark it. But on the hourly, first resistance is definitely around 1,950. So if we can get above that level, sure, back to these areas. But on the daily, it's trying to hold around these levels. I don't like this candle that much. I don't like the negative divergence. But MACD is okay, like compared to Bitcoin, which looks like it's close to that signal line. Like it's a bit better here on Ethereum. Okay, you see the difference? Do you see the difference? This is Bitcoin, which is curling down a bit, compared to Ethereum, and this is Ethereum's. Okay, All right, let's move on, shall we? Next, BNB. Looks like for now, looks like this hardline is, you know, managing to hold, but yeah, we'll see what happens. It's not that interesting, like, at least for me, unless I see a close above this level. That's why yesterday I was kind of happy we saw this move above, you know, 30,800, but then again, we kind of failed. We kind of failed to get above these levels, and we're looking at this, you know, live. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, let's move on. We're done with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and next is BNB, and then we'll also have a look at Ripple. BNB still struggling around, you know, like these areas, just going sideways. Kind of reminds me of Cardano's chart. Looking at this, like, it's just, you know, going sideways at the moment, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. I'm gonna say it again. BNB is gonna be interesting when I see a close on the daily above $263. Okay, above that level, interesting. Below that level, just going sideways. One can probably, you know, just, you know, trade this as well, like from this level to this level, and then down and then up. But just look at one of the candles from before yesterday. Like, there is still pressure to the downside, On top of that, we do have some clear negative divergence that is developing at, right now, at the moment. It's only gonna become invalid. This negative divergence that I'm talking about, that I'm seeing, is only gonna become invalid if we can see a close above $315, and we are far away from that level. Okay, far away from that level. So all the FUD, around BNB, it looks like it's still affecting, the price action in some way. Okay. For hourly, let's see. Look, the moment we get close to the, to this box, to this resistance, and one has to be flexible. Okay. We got rejected around $255. The bottom of the box starts around, $259. So $4 short. So one has to be flexible. One has to try to read the chart. Okay, we got a doji after running up, and then kind of just started coming down. Now we are at support. Let me tell you why. You see this level right here? It was some type of old support, okay, excuse me, old resistance, right? Kind of acting as, at the moment at least, in the minute I'm speaking, it's kind of acting as some type of support. But first resistance on the 4 hourly is around $246 at the moment. If we can see a close above that level, yes, like most likely that we come and at least try out $255, $260 possible. But until that happens, it is what it is. On the 4 hourly time frame, MACD is bearish. Like, we do have some positive divergence trying to develop. It's only gonna become invalid if we see a close below $228. Until that happens, there's some positive divergence going on. And if this support fails to hold, next support I'll be looking at is around this dashed line right here, which is around $235. Okay, so yeah, that's BNB. We can move on and have a look at XRP as well. And then if there are any requests, I can probably take one before I call it a show today. So just write it down in the comment section and we'll have a look. And if there are none, that's also okay. That's no problem. I'll be back tomorrow and we can do some more. Okay, Ripple. This hourly support is holding like a king still. We are getting close to that, critical area. We're getting close to it at the moment. I like this prior daily, excuse me. I was looking at the 2-day. So just dismiss what I just was speaking about because I thought I was looking at the daily. But anyways, daily is also not looking that bad. We have some positive momentum, you know, on the oscillators. MACD just, you know, went bullish, which is good. RSI is trying to get back above neutral. Definitely, we can have a look at Bitcoin Cash, Holly. Absolutely. RSI is getting back above neutral, which is also good. But you remember what I kept on saying for a few weeks? Well, not weeks. Well, I think maybe weeks. Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks now. And I'm gonna say it again. Below this level, bears pretty much in control. Above this yellow line, bulls pretty much, you know, stepping in again. So if we get rejected at these levels again, not wonderful. But it looks like the bulls are trying to do something. Problem is, as long as we're, you know, below this yellow trend line, it's a weak move from the bulls. Okay, so above this level, much better, but below this level there is still pressure from the bears. Okay, looking at the 4-hourly, resistance is right around 0.495-ish levels. If we can see a close-up of that area, sure, we could, you know, go a little bit higher, like just a little bit higher, but there's nothing interesting at the moment, you know, going on. Nothing at all. I don't know when the news, you know, when the news of the settlement is gonna come out for Ripple, because when it does, don't forget, we did find a nice cup and handle on the weekly time frame. It doesn't mean it's gonna get respected, but we did find it. So if you know, fundamentally, you know, some good news comes out, that cup and handle is still intact, still going on. Just another thing I want to add to Ripple. I've drawn this trend line. You guys are free to draw it on your charts as well. Keep an eye on it, you know, in that way. Any close below this trend line, yes, we could pull back at least to 0.47 again. And if that doesn't hold, yeah, it's possible that we pull all the way back to 0.46, 0.45-ish. Very, very possible, okay? But I would keep an eye on this action and keep an eye on this trend line. If it breaks, it breaks. Then you know what's up, okay? On the 4-hourly, yeah, negative momentum on the oscillators. MACD is just turning bearish at the moment. We'll see if it continues or it just curls back up. But it's definitely turning bearish at the moment. There was some nice positive divergence going on. It's difficult to see, but there's definitely some nice, you know, divergence trying to develop, which could take us back to at least, you know, 0.494, 0.495. But then from that, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Okay. All right, let's have a look at Bitcoin Cash, which was looking very, very interesting yesterday. Okay, so resistance respected so far. Hourly support is holding, like it's been holding past hours. But let's just have a look at the. Okay, this I don't like how the prior daily candle closed. Not loving it. Okay, not loving it. On top of that, we are losing, you know, the strength on the histogram. Okay. Our side did reset, which is good because it was overbought around these levels, right? Let's see now. Hold on. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. 4-hourly. There is some very nice divergence, positive divergence that is developing, guys. And look, if it's respected, looking at things from here, like if we see a 4-hourly candle close at least above $276, $277, this is good. It could take us back to at least, you know, $296, you know, 304-ish dollars. Very possible. If we can see a 4-hourly candle close, the way things are looking here, if we can see a 4-hourly candle close right above $276, it's good. We could, you know, push all the way back to, let me just draw it for you. Instead of talking, let me just draw it for you, because if it's visual, maybe it's gonna get, you know, stuck on your brains, and you can draw it yourselves and do your research on your own. So somewhere around these levels is possible, okay? Between 200, and I'm being a bit flexible now, right? Between $292 to $304, very possible. If we can see a close above $276 on this candle, okay? And it's okay if the next candle, you know, comes back to these levels and tests it. It's fine. What I want to see is a close above this area, $276 on this 4-hourly time frame candle, okay? Are we on the same page, guys? Are you following? Because we are at support. We are at support, right? Not only that, if I do this, I'm pretty sure it's right by that short-term moving average. You guys see? So this short-term moving average plus it being at support could, you know, help it, you know, help the price action find some base, okay, on this hourly 4-hourly support box that we have, okay? Let's have a look at the hourly as well. Let's just head over to this one. Okay, negative momentum on the oscillators. MACD is bearish. It's trying to do something, but it's bearish at the moment. RSI is weak. It's not even above neutral. Let's see if we can find some positive divergence, right? Yeah, we definitely have some positive divergence. Okay, that is another sign telling us, you know, we could, you know, go to that hourly, 4-hourly resistance that I just mentioned, you know, around these levels. But it would be awesome if we can see at least a close above, you know, this level on the hourly time frame, which could confirm, you know, not confirm, but which could confirm actually that, you know, most likely we are gonna go a bit higher, okay? And this is the level we need to close above in that case on the hourly time frame, okay? And then we have another mini obstacle on the hourly as well, right around this level. So gonna turn this to red. We're kind of right at resistance. Just notice if I just do this. So yeah, I like the fact that it's showing, you know, some positive divergence on the hourly. Good. On the 4-hourly, also the same. But for us to see this level get respected, like this, you know, price action to come all the way up here, what do we need? A 4-hourly candle close above $276, number one. An hourly candle close above this level, you know, at least above, you know, 200. It's funny, it's pretty close, okay? 277 here, and on the 4-hourly it was that 276, which was important. But above 280, it would literally like tell us chances are like 70% higher, like 70% at least, that we are gonna push to these levels, okay? And then to this area. But 4-hourly close above 276 is the most important thing for us to see, okay? So yeah, guys, I hope that answered, you know, your question, Holly. And unfortunately, I have to go because where I am, it's 2:33 a.m. So I'm just gonna have, I don't know, a hot chocolate milk or something, and then just head over and sleep because tomorrow it's an early morning, and tomorrow we might have another OG joining the stream. Okay, I haven't scheduled it because I have a lot to do, and on Thursday I have I'm gonna be streaming with I think Howley, you have an idea of who it is, Nomi. So I'm gonna be streaming in their Discord, so I will see if I can share an invite link maybe for everybody else, to join, for those who are interested. And until then, guys, thank you for all the love, thank you for the Patreons who joined today and so on and so forth, and yeah, for always bringing love to the community, and for all the support that you guys show. Ralph, Holly, everybody, and the lurkers out there, thank you for all the love again, and yeah, take care of each other, and stay safe and trade carefully, and always do your own research, as I always say, and I will see you on the next one. Good night.